Вот. Ну и должна быть интересная на самом деле игра, по-моему, по мне так, по крайней мере. Вот посмотрим, в общем-то, на это дело. Сейчас я хочу сделать вот это вот сейчас. Яркость чуть уменьшить, это у меня сыпется все нафиг. Вот. Нет, слишком уменьшила. Сейчас. А, экспозицию я не могу. Контраст. Ну, как-то так, наверное, подойдет. Наверное, подойдет. Ой, так, ладно, хорошо. Игра. Кстати, я не знаю, есть ли там русский язык. Сейчас выяснится, короче, что мне еще и русского языка нет. Ух, будет весело. А, нет, есть русский язык, хорошо. Так, выберите настройки диалога. Вы можете изменить настройки в любое время. Великий детектив. Великий детектив. Так, либо так, либо так. Я думаю, что вот так. Ручное продвижение, все правильно. Вот, ручное либо авто. Авто я не хочу, ручное. Ну, в смысле? Ну ручное, да. Все, нормально. Подожди, а параметры? Вот, потому что все, я поняла. Параметры графика средний, громкость, субтитры. Так, понятно. Громкость 70, громкость текст. Вот я думаю, погромче сделаю, посмотрим, как оно будет работать. Еще музыка. Музыка 70, вот это все нормально. Это так и оставим. Там посмотрим, если что. Если вдруг нужно будет, там как бы уже это костюм. Я могу другой костюм какой-то поставить. Нет, не надо другой костюм. Так, ну ладно, хорошо. Новая игра. Так, в смысле? Ну, новая игра же, ну. Я не понимаю. Что не так с этим управлением-то, господи? Новая игра. Да, это странно очень. Ну, как-то странно работает. Ну, принять. Да что ж тобой ждет-то? Новая игра. Объясните мне, что не так с этим делом? Новая игра. Принять. Наконец-таки! Как это... Оно так странно работает. Оба-на. Вам не захочется уехать. Кстати, эта игра из голосования, если что. Одна из. Я не знаю, что это было, но оно было на английском языке. А, да? Это вот коммент. Подожди. Может там про песню какую петь. Угу. Ну, мне понравился мой выбор тогда. Ну, просто почему оно было на английском? Почему нельзя было перевести этот момент тоже? Да, и, видимо, частичный перевод какой-то сделали, но не полный. И тут догадывайся дальше. Непонятно.
What? Who?
Что? Кто?
Oh, I must have dozed off.
Я, наверное, не буду озвучивать. Во-первых, очень крупный текст. Во-вторых, они, собственно, сами все это дело озвучивают английским языком. Просто я выбирала, чтобы как раз-таки я успевала читать.
Perhaps we need a spot of tea to wake us up. What do you say, Rufus?
Ой, какой Русус. Распластался, бедолага.
Yes, yes, quite right. Better get back to work. This book won't write itself. Maybe I should start somewhere easier. I'll come back to the prologue later. The sun rose over another perfect day in picturesque Arthurton.
Артуртония? Это так называется город?
To the casual observer, Arthurton seemed like any other small, quiet town.
Фанаты Дипонии? Не знаю.
It was nestled in a valley between two mountains,
Я не знаю, кто
lined
это
by
создатель
lustrous
игры этой.
forests, and perched on the edge of a pristine lake. It had a main street with all the essentials, including a place to sip coffee.
Барбершоп. Кофейня, да. Красивенько. Булочная? Да не булочная. Это рыбная, мясная, видимо. Посуда.
It had schools, a college, a church, and a police station. It even had a museum no one ever visited.
В который никто не ходил.
It was the kind of place you might find anywhere on your travels.
Как там, кстати, по звуку? Нормально? Голос вроде громкий довольно. Можно сделать потише.
Typical, maybe even forgettable. But there was one thing in Arthurton that was unlike any other town in the whole world. Actually, it was a girl. Her name was Jenny LeClue. And she was the world's greatest detective. Finkelstein residence.
Финклиштейна, господи, вот эта фамилия.
Oh, hello, Glenda. Yes, he said he might ring. Okay, patch me through then. Richard? Yes, I got it. I did, and my answer is no. I understand that, but... Well, yes, of course, but... No. Nothing is settled. I'm not going to do it. It goes against everything my books stand for. No, not yet, but... If I could just... Please, listen to what I'm saying.
Дорогой Артур, надеюсь, все хорошо. Боюсь, у меня плохие новости, старина. Я не знал, как лучше сообщить, поэтому просто вложил в письмо цифры продаж последней книги. Сегодня юным читателям хочется больше загадок и опасностей. Приключения Джинни становятся все более несмелыми и однообразными, вы теряете аудиторию. Но есть и хорошая новость. В магазине уже не смогут отменить заказы на следующую книгу, так что мы даем вам последний шанс. Посмотрим, сможете ли вы вдохнуть жизнь в нашу давнюю знакомую. Мы хотим от вас историю с загадочными убийствами. Добавьте парочку смертей и драматизма. В общем, если вы не справитесь, боюсь, эта книга будет называться «Дженни и последняя ура». Я не убийца. Перевернуть. Другим приятным новостям. Кто-то из нашей газеты наконец-то написал рецензию на вашу последнюю книгу «Чушь». Дженни LeClue и пропавший бутерброд с вареньем. 38-я и... можно приблизить. 38-я и, надеюсь, последняя книга в серии, которая далека от поры своего рассвета. Полюбившаяся детям всего мира героиня загадочных историй Дженни LeClue превратилась в посредственность. Это, без сомнения, самое отвратительное и дурно пахнущее произведение, написанное для детей, у которых по-настоящему любящие родители. Определенно, это одна из самых дрянных историй, написанных с прицелом на детский ум. Если автору Артуру Финклиштейну отказало воображение, он и сама палец не ударил, чтобы продемонстрировать заинтересованность и мастерство, присущие еще его более ранним работам. Может, он просто решил подзаработать, кто знает. В любом случае, эта книга пустая трата времени. Несмотря на все старания, я уснул уже к концу первой главы. Единственная оставшаяся в Артуре загадка — это как такую чушь продолжают публиковать. Я как читатель чуть не умер от скуки, но есть у книги и один плюс: ей удобно подпирать дверь. Да он в литературе разбирается как свинья в апельсинах. Так, невероятно. Думаю, это может... Думаю, что это может в некоторой степени возмутить, но мы должны идти в ногу со временем. Почему бы не добавить одно-два убийства, немножко настоящей трагедии? Может быть, у вас осталась одна великая история. Я позвоню вам позже, обсудим. Жаль, что так получилось, но не унывай. Ага. По скриптам сыграем в сквош на следующей неделе. Теперь-то у вас будет время поработать над броском сзади. Ричард Инквилл. Типичный игражур, то есть рецензент. Зачем? Понятно. Окей. Не знаю зачем, но я уронила карандаш. Так, подожди, а с чашкой? Чашку просто двигать, хорошо. Так получилось. Не-не-не, подожди. Письмо к поклонникам. Черновик. Это снова я, Артур Финклинштейн. И перед нами книга номер 38 из серии от Дженни. Ее самое захватывающее приключение. Спасибо всем поклонникам Дженни LeClue. Особенно новым. Ваша поддержка так важна для меня. Отвечу на ваши вопросы. Первое. Что бы там ни болтали, книги от Дженни своей сути не изменят, пока у меня в пишущей машинке есть лента, а в ручке чернила. Второе. Да, будет то же самое, но больше. Я отказываюсь изменить форму книг. Артуртон всегда будет безопасным и радостным местом. Так, это имена. Это имена, и это все имена. Короче, нету больше ничего. Ясно, понятно. Глава первая. Взошло солнце, начался еще один прекрасный день и в живописном Артуртоне. Случайному гостю Артуртон покажется так. Городок раскинулся на улице. Вдоль магазинчики, кофейни посетить. Так, понятно, хорошо. Понятно. Так, ну, в общем, то, что я могла сделать, я, видимо, все сделала, да? Можно на то.
You don't understand what you're asking for. You want me to turn Jenny's world upside down? Kill off my characters and destroy everything I've built over the last 30 years? Fine. I'll give you what you want. But I warn you, I'm a stream of consciousness writer. And you have unleashed my fury. Good day, sir. Boring? Predictable? Pah! Well, if it's murder they want, it's murder they'll get.
Началось!
It should have been another perfect day in Arthurton. But today was different. And nothing would ever be the same again. To begin with, Jenny LeClue was dead. Her skin was pale.
Секундочку, я хочу волосы просто убрать, да господи! Какая проблема, оказывается, взять этот... Начал прям с самого главного. Он уже убил главную героиню. Прекрасно. Это мне напоминает Хичкока. У него, по-моему, что ли, там это была такая тема, что убить героиню в первые 30 минут. Главную героиню. Вот это офигенная идея. Убить гениально, да-да-да.
Her eyes glassy and frozen. What cruel fate had befallen our beloved detective?
No. Never move the victim.
Mrs. LeClue, she's doing it again.
Jenny LeClue.
You are a dead body. Dead bodies don't talk.
Джули Леклю, бывший детектив, учит тупых учеников, ужасный повар, хорошая мама.
But he's doing it wrong.
As wonderful as it would be if all cadavers were so talkative, we must deduce the cause of death without their help. With only the evidence laid before us, we build a picture from the fragments left behind. We collect clues, interpret the data, and solve our puzzle one piece at a time, until it feels as if the victim is speaking to us. But Jenny is right, Jonathan. You mustn't disturb the crime scene. Vital evidence could be lost.
Sorry, Mrs. LeClue.
Okay, you've all had a chance to study the body? Who can postulate how she met her demise?
Ooh, me! I think it was an accident.
Yeah, she obviously wasn't looking where she was going
So she slipped on the wet floor,
and cracked her head open. Like an egg.
and then she bled to death.
Really? How can you tell?
Well, there's a giant pool of blood around her head.
Yeah, I know. I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
Actually, you're both wrong.
What?
It was cold-blooded murder.
Murder?
Don't be ridiculous.
Where's the murder weapon?
There's no evidence anyone else was even here.
Oh, yes, there is. It was murder, and I can prove it.
Мертвый лаборант.
Jenny had read all the books. She'd absorbed all her mother's teachings. But there was nothing quite like getting your hands dirty.
How many people get the chance to solve their own murder?
The first step in any good deduction was collecting evidence. Seemingly insignificant details could provide a vital piece of the puzzle.
First, I'll search the crime scene for clues.
Then she'd analyze the data. And finally,
Deduce the real cause of death.
Ну, поехали.
There's no doubt the victim lost a lot of blood.
without her trusty bifocals, Jenny couldn't see the nose in front of her face.
Без своих надежных бифокальных очков Женя... Ага.
They were her window to the world and the lens through which she focused her keen detective vision.
Лупой. Ага.
It wasn't Jenny's style to wear accessories. But this hair clip was the exception. Its function as a lockpick had saved Jenny from a long night trapped in her school locker. She'd worn it ever since.
The victim has a green smudge on her lips. It's not lipstick.
Jenny's blue sweater was scruffy and quite uncomfortable. But her grandmother had knitted it, and so it was her favorite. The more it itched, the closer she felt to her.
Ближе чувствовал себя к бабушке. О, Господи.
Approximately 8 sizes too big.
На 8 размеров велики. Ух ты ж, охренеть.
And covered in mud. The floor is wet and slippery, but also immaculately clean. What a waste of perfectly good coffee.
Jenny's love for coffee was almost as strong as her passion for crime solving.
Chalky green residue on the rim. Smells like burnt matches. I've seen enough. Time to wrap this case up.
Jenny was a meticulous record keeper, noting every relevant clue in her trusty journal. A great detective knew that solving a mystery was simply a matter of connecting the dots.
I'm certain this wasn't a mere accident. Now I just need to prove it. How do I know the victim didn't slip?
Откуда мы знаем, что не поскользнулся? Двор был мокрый, но были ботинки.
The victim's boots are filthy. They should have left big muddy footprints on the floor.
Ага.
So where are they?
Угу. Вот именно.
Either someone washed away her footprints,
В смысле, это все, что у нее во рту? Но у нее этот зеленый след и на этой зеленый след. Короче, траванули девку. Это логично.
А нет, конечно, верно.
Да.
or she was carried here. Okay, that proves she didn't slip. So how did she actually die? What was the real cause of death?
Так, что истинная причина смерти? Кружка и рот.
There's a green residue in the bottom of the victim's coffee cup. It smells of burnt matches. Phosphorus.
Ее траванули фосфором?
Also found in common garden fertilizer.
А,
The same green mark is on the victim's lips. Her coffee was spiked with fertilizer. Someone clearly wanted her dead.
интересно.
Ah, the case of the dead lab assistant. Gone before her time. Was it poison? Yes. A blow to the head? Yes. An accident? Certainly not. No footprints in an unshattered mug? She was killed somewhere else and carried here. This is the story of a scorned ex-lover,
Jenny?
the gardener, enacting his revenge.
Jenny!
A deadly brew of fertilizer and caffeine coursing through the veins.
That's quite enough, thank you.
What happens to the gardener?
Is this gonna be on the test?
Remember, class, even the smartest criminals make mistakes. This is how we catch a killer.
But what's the point of all this?
Yeah, there hasn't been a murder in Arthurton in years.
Every town has a dark side, even Arthurton. By doubting, we are led to question. And by questioning, we arrive at the truth. Okay, that's all for today. Don't forget, next class is our field trip to the morgue. So have a light lunch.
Хорошо.
The students need to think for themselves, Jenny. That's why they're here at Gumboldt. To learn.
Humboldt.
I just figured we all had places to go. Speaking of which,
And where are you off to, young lady?
I'm a dead body mom, remember? Dead bodies don't tell. See ya.
Wait, before you go, I have something for you.
Cool. What is it?
If I told you, that would spoil the fun, wouldn't it?
The LeClues didn't simply hand each other presents. They hid them. It was a family tradition, and Jenny had developed a sixth sense for finding them. With her trusty magnifying glass at her side, nothing eluded her.
A new journal.
To Jenny, there was nothing better than the aroma of a fresh leather notebook. It smelled like mystery. Without missing a beat, she did what any detective worth their salt would do. She decorated it.
А, сменить наклейку? Есть какие-то другие?
Да. Проверяем игру.
Вот. Всё, нормально.
A new
Великий.
journal meant new adventures. She imagined all the thrilling cases that would soon fill its pages. And on the first page, her mother had written an inscription.
A great detective never gives up. Love, Mom.
О,
Но.
как мило.
Заранее.
Так, карта, выбор. Опачки. Совершенно нормальное насвистывает. Вот оно что. Начальник реалист, чувствительный и импровизатор. Вы упорный, прямолинейный, обладаете сильной волей, великолепный лидер, вдохновляющий остальных, мастер на все руки и неисчерпаемый источник знаний. Но вы бываете слишком консервативны и эмоционально отстранены. Открытки. Так, окей. Хорошо. Опачки, нифига себе, 18 страниц. А игра-то не маленькая будет. Окей.
I love it. Thanks, Mom.
Jenny, I wanted to talk about, to say,
Somewhere in the back of Jenny's highly caffeinated brain, an alarm bell was ringing. Her mum was hesitating. What could be causing her to act so out of character?
Crossed arms. Furrowed brow.
Прячет глаза, водянистый, пропавшее кольцо. Оборонительный язык тела.
Jenny saw it coming from a mile away. Her mother was about to get
Emotional.
Растрогается? А что с пропавшим кольцом? Я не поняла, в чем взаимосвязь?
I've really gotta go.
no, Jenny, wait. I need your help.
What? Really?
Jenny couldn't believe her ears. It was extremely unusual for her mother to ask for help. It must be something very important. Tracing the steps of a deranged killer? A cold case that only someone with Jenny's expertise could solve?
Привет, Начос. Что конкретно мы должны знать?
I've misplaced the students' essays on decapitation.
А, трейлер Сталкера второго, да, знаем. Ну, я, по крайней мере, видела.
See if you can find them for me before you leave. I have to run.
Wow, the case of the misplaced papers. Are you sure you want to trust me with such a complex task?
I have no doubt you'll be able to find them. They're around here somewhere.
Jenny was unsure if her mother was unable to detect sarcasm or just really good at ignoring it.
Okay, Mom. I'll find them before I leave. On one condition.
Yes?
You have to let me help grade them.
One of Jenny's favorite pastimes was grading papers.
На Таню похоже голосом тоже. Не знаю, трудно судить. Хотя, да не знаю, меня так не рисовал еще никто.
Nothing pleased her more than giving a big shiny F to an overconfident student.
Don't push your luck.
Please.
Okay.
Yes.
Find the papers and go straight home.
But I'm meeting Keith tonight.
No buts, remember?
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm still feeling the effects of being poisoned for your class.
Well then, I have the perfect antidote. You're staying with your cousin this weekend, and you still need to pack.
This again. Look, I've considered your offer, Mom, and I'm going to have to decline. I'm old enough to take care of myself.
I'll be back late tonight. There's meatloaf in the fridge.
Late again? What are you up to?
Jenny LeClue, it's been a difficult week. Could you please just do what you're told for once and stop asking questions?
Fine.
And try to stay out of trouble.
When do I ever get into trouble?
Не, серьезно, где все? Я тут один.
Alright, let's find these papers
Я
and
не
get out.
знаю, сидят вроде.
One of Jenny's earliest memories was making raspberry jam with her mum.
It's the perfect substitute for blood in class demonstrations. And better tasting than the pig's blood the textbook recommends.
Походка гордого оленя. Представь, что-то такое есть. Реально
Looking
странно.
rather trim today, Ethan. New diet?
Итан? Ух ты.
What's the matter? Lost your funny bone?
Походу, не только чувство юмора-то потерял.
Becoming a great detective took more than book smarts. You needed real-life experience. And Jenny was always on the lookout for a chance to get her hands dirty.
Папочки, здравствуйте.
It's one of the students' term papers. You can tell by the terrible handwriting and erroneous conclusions. Mom must have put them behind the chalkboard.
Окей.
Found you. Time to get out of here.
Оказалось, не так-то сложно.
Please do not touch. Someone must be running an experiment. Gross. Pretty soon it's gonna sprout legs.
Я ничего сделать не могу, понятно? Ладно. А что в дневнике-то пишется-то вообще? Так, расследование, мертвый лаборант, дело закрыто. На первый взгляд несчастный случай, истинная причина смерти отравление, мотив обиженный бывший любовник, вывод, хладнокровное убийство. Кто-то культивирует странную зеленую мерзость. Мерзость! Мама сегодня странно себя вела. Неудивительно. Прошел год, а воспоминания все еще больно. Так, что-то с папой, походу. Расследование, потерянные документы, трата времени, дело закрыто. Вывод, трата времени. Дело закрыто. Какая прелесть. Искатель приключений. Длительный. Вы очаровательные, любопытные, дерзкие, неустрашимый исследователь, который не оставит без внимания ни одну деталь. У вас живое воображение, вы любите быть в центре внимания, но ваши действия трудно предсказать. К тому же вы слишком любите соревноваться. Короче, я так понимаю, описание будет прям совсем меняться. Слушайте, это круто, это прикольно. Чем я могу украсить? А, я могу сердечки всякие поставить, понятно. Буду этого делать. Таня в детстве? Не знаю. Я не помню, какая я была в детстве. Причем серьезно не помню.
Jenny looked around the room one last time. Was she ready to leave?
Да, вполне. Я вроде все, что могла, я сделала.
Okay, so she wasn't really dead. That would be silly. No, Jenny was alive and well and ready for another perfect day in Arthurton.
Ох.
What the? What a mess. I should investigate.
Jenny had an instinct for sorting treasure from trash. To the untrained eye, this was just a discarded piece of an old postcard. But to Jenny, it was a mystery waiting to be solved.
I should keep my eyes open for any other pieces.
Загадочная открытка. Всё, короче, сейчас будет вот это вот.
The notice board was awash with flyers, personal ads, and the occasional piece of gum.
I'm amazed anyone can find anything on here.
Fortunately, Jenny had a useful trick to use in a situation like this.
Mom always says, a great detective eliminates the noise. Focus on the details, and you'll find clarity in the chaos. I wonder if anyone else reads this junk. Hold on. What's this? Oh no,
Уведомление.
they've extended curfew hours again.
Опачки.
9 p.m. to sunrise? That's ridiculous.
But necessary. Power outages had become a regular occurrence in town. It was dangerous to be wandering around after dark.
It won't be long before we need a permit to go out at all.
Так, уведомление от городской администрации. Комендантский час. Берегите себя, не выходите на улицу с 21 до восхода. Мы собираемся внести улучшение в систему электроснабжения. В это время электропитание, возможно, будет отключено, но на целый день. Приносим извинения за причиненное неудобство. Ага. Перевернуть я не могу, да? Так.
Hey, you!
Oh, hi there.
What are you doing back there?
Well, I was pruning.
Я так как будто готова нападать любому без всякой причины. Я не уверена, что тут прям совсем без всякой причины, да? Я думаю, она найдет причину.
But then I discovered this cerulean bugberry bush.
Discovered? These bushes are all over Arthurton.
Actually, this is an incredibly rare bloom.
There's nothing rare about Arthurton.
I beg to differ. Arthurton has many beautiful and exotic plants.
Really? Like what?
Mushrooms with eyes that glow in the dark. Berries that emit a bioluminescent mist. And flowers with nectar as sticky as superglue.
Нектаром липкий, как суперклей.
Where? I've never seen any of those things.
Well, believe me, they do exist. I've had the pleasure of seeing them up close. That's one of the privileges of working for Dean Strasberry in his greenhouse. Anyway, I should get back to work. I want everything to be perfect for the Dean's retirement celebration.
Так, нет, подожди-ка, ну-ка. Что там он это... Так, обрывок загадочной открытки. Задача поискать остальные отрывки. Комендантский час. Придет ли конец безумию? Ученик-садовник. Знает все о Флоре Артертона. Раздражает тем, что не держит эти знания при себе. Работает с деканом Стросбери в теплице. Ага. Ага, вот оно что. Ой, я могу вызывать лупу просто вот так вот, да? Была в этом не уверена, что я могу. И ничего. Ага, все хорошо. Если он ничего не находит. Я просто думаю, мало ли она найдет что-нибудь на этих вот. Но нет. Нет. Не акцентирует внимание свое на этом. Никак. Интересно, почему? Опачки.
Signs and decorations adorned the entire campus.
A party to celebrate the Dean's impending retirement.
Чё, нет? Вроде нет.
Left. Left. I said left, damn it. What part of left are you having trouble with?
My left or your left?
My left. Obviously, I mean my left. Why would I mean your left?
So you want me to move it the other way?
Yes. Nothing would make me happier. If you're not careful, we're gonna have bronze brains all over the floor.
They seem busy. I should probably lead them to it. Hello, Mr. Stroudsbury. How are you today?
Les Strasberry.
A jolly gentleman. The dean was often seen shaking hands and kissing babies around town.
Целовал руки, целовал детей на улицах города. Сейчас бы это вызывало подозрение. Обожаемый декан университета Гумбольдта. Приемный дядюшка всех горожан, смеется как Санта-Клаус. Какая прелесть.
He's also Mom's boss.
But more than that, he was her loyal friend.
What do you think, Jenny?
Спасибо.
The dean had dedicated his life to Gumboldt, and the townspeople had spared no expense in their tribute to him.
Quite a striking resemblance, Mr. Stroudsbury.
It's a scary thing, Jenny. Retirement.
Great excuse for a party, though. What will you do when you're no longer the dean?
I've been trying not to think about it.
This place won't be the same without you.
Things change, Jenny. Time marches on, and we must do our best to adapt. It's going to be difficult, but I'm sure we will get through it.
What do you mean, we?
Do you think they made my belly too big?
Быть
It
честной.
might be all those bronze pancakes, Mr. Stroudsbury.
No legacy is so rich as honesty. You are a clever one, Jenny LeClue. Speaking of which,
Так.
have you been practicing your detective skills?
Have I? Of course, always.
Well then, I have a challenge for you. I bet you can't guess what I ate for breakfast.
At last, a real challenge for Jenny. A fiendishly difficult puzzle that would take all her wits to solve.
Well, okay. Anything for you, Mr. Stroudsbury.
Oh, how wonderful.
But first, I need to ask you a few questions.
Декан Страсбери. Там только что было что-то зелененькое. Что было зелененькое? Где? Так, ладно, хорошо.
The dean was a big fan of the Gumboldt moonbeams. And not just because his son was a prominent figure on the team.
Well, a bench warmer anyway. It can't be dandruff. He has no hair. I have a hunch it's powdered sugar.
Сахарная пудра. Так, хорошо. Ну что здесь было зелененькое же, нет? Почки.
Looks like he accidentally put a spoon in his pocket instead of his pen. It's got a coffee stain on it.
A thick bundle of note cards poked out of the Dean's pocket.
What's he keeping so close to his chest? You've been making a lot of notes, Mr. Strasberry.
Oh, I was intending to make a speech on Saturday.
Why have you scratched out so much of it?
Your mother suggested I keep it short, and quite right, too. I must have rewritten it 20 times by now.
Раз 20 переписывал речь.
I just can't seem to find the right words.
Угу. Так. Чистое золото, ого. Не меньше 100 лет,
His
вообще
watch is
офигеть.
slow. That's unlike the Dean. He's usually very punctual. Your watch is 45 minutes slow.
Is it? Oh my. That explains why there was no cheesecake left in the cafeteria. My head's not screwed on today. Thank goodness you noticed, or I'd be late for my meeting with your mother.
Oh, really? She didn't mention anything to me.
Oh, well, of course she wouldn't. It's nothing important.
Не очень-то важно.
Why are you meeting then?
It's just, she's helping me finalize my plans for,
Your party?
yes, that's it. My retirement party. Thank you.
Are you okay, Mr. Strasberry?
Опачки.
Of course. Now let me just fix my watch before I forget. Now, where were we?
И продолжаем дальше разбираться в всем вот этом вот.
Ipsa scientia potestas est. Looks like Latin. Your ring sure looks old.
It was made for my grandfather. He passed it down to my father, who passed it down to me. And when the time comes, I'll pass it on to my son.
Какая прелесть. Звучит-то как. Окей. Планы далеко идущие. Беги, долговязая, она тебе сейчас бить будет. Никакого чувства самосохранения. Да ладно тебе, я бы садовника не тронула.
The Strasberry family had been champions of education for generations.
What does the inscription mean?
Knowledge itself is power. The inquisitive spirit is a mighty thing, Jenny. And nothing is as important as the truth.
Ага. Очки.
For the Dean, being covered in plant life was not unusual. His work as a botanist was renowned.
Looks like you're carrying some extra baggage today, Mr. Strasberry.
Well, I do have a lot on my mind.
I was referring to your legs.
Oh, thank you. I have been doing my daily calisthenics.
No, I mean the sticky stuff on your pants.
What? Oh! Hitchhikers. I've been working on a new orchid hybrid in my greenhouse. They're beautiful, but the leaves are quite clingy. I will say, I am looking forward to spending more time in the dirt.
Так, окей, это есть. Но все-таки где-то что-то... Да, я упустила какую-то улику. О, во-во. Вот. Пуговки не хватает. Джем!
The dean didn't button his shirt properly. It looks like a bloodstain, but the seeds indicate otherwise.
So, what do you think, Jenny? Can you guess what I had for breakfast?
Sure, Mr. Stroudsbury. I've got everything I need to solve this mystery. What did the dean
Так,
eat for
что декан
breakfast?
ел на завтрак? Так, ложка. Бабочка. Пуговка. А, нет, подожди. Должно быть 2. Так, если так.
Nope, that's not what I meant. Let me try that again.
Ага, не так, да? Так, хорошо, тогда вот так вот. И вот так вот. Да, понятно. всё.
Jam on his shirt and powdered sugar on his tie. The evidence points strongly to the dean's breakfast consisting of 1, maybe 2 donuts.
Мгм. Пончики. Пончики. Пончики, это
What
вкусно
else
так.
can I tell about the
Что еще
dean's
можно
morning?
сказать об утре декана? Ложка, часы, значок, кольцо, пуговка. Он неправильно ее застегнул.
The dean had neglected to wind his pocket watch. The act of a distracted man. This resulted in his whole routine being thrown off. Which might explain why he has a spoon in his pocket instead of a pen.
Угу.
You had a donut for breakfast.
Yes?
I'm guessing...
Клубника, малина. Малина, по мне так все-таки. А, нет,
Raspberry.
блин, это была клубника.
How did you know?
That part was easy. You always have donuts for breakfast. But something else caught my attention.
Oh?
I think you have something on your mind, Mr. Stroudsbury. You are usually a picture of precision and punctuality. But today, there's a spoon in your pocket and your shirt button is undone.
My, you really are a LeClue. Your father would be so proud.
Thanks. Well, I should be going. I'm meeting your son by the lake.
And I'm meeting your mother in the library. What a small world this is.
Too small.
A perfectly small world with everything in its right place.
Who would want to change that?
Вот.
Pardon?
Nothing. See you on Saturday.
Oh, yes. Until we meet again, Jenny LeClue.
Так, что у нас тут? Декан сегодня как-то странно себя ведет. Это на него не похоже. Зачем он встречается с мамой? Хороший вопрос. Так, начальник опять же. Начальник у нас уже был. А тут опять начальник. Ага.
Well, that's not creepy at all.
In her short time as a detective, Jenny had learned never to ignore a ringing phone.
Hello.
The dog barks loudest before the dawn.
What? CJ, is that you?
The dog barks loudest before the dawn.
Really? This again? It's me, Jenny. We don't need to do this.
I have no idea who you are, and I know no one by that name. The dog barks loudest before the dawn.
Fine. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make a cook a 5-course meal.
Привести лошадь к водопою, но нельзя заставить ее приготовить обед из 5 блюд.
Good. The wind blows strongly from the east.
Стеклянные дома, бобр.
A watched pot feels very self-conscious.
Excellent. The evening sky is full of fireflies.
The last donut is the tastiest.
Ah, Jenny, it is you.
Что это было сейчас?
Of course it is!
I need to meet with you right away.
Okay. Where do you want to meet?
This place will do.
CJ, сторонник теории заговора,
Everyone in
часто
town knew that CJ was mad, even dangerous.
оказывался за решеткой из-за нарушения общественного спокойствия, сомнительное понимание реальности.
He's not dangerous. He just doesn't accept things at face value. Sure, he's a bit fixated on extraterrestrials, but at least he's passionate about something.
CJ and Jenny certainly indulged each other's obsessions.
Снисходительны к увлечениям друг друга. Снисходительны? То есть так это называется, да? Окей.
But most of all, CJ treated Jenny like a colleague.
And not a little kid. CJ, why did we go through all that if you're right here?
Can't be too careful. Are you sure you weren't followed?
Who would be following me?
Shh. This place is compromised. We don't have long to talk. Now, what did you want to talk to me about?
What? You called me.
Did I? Why?
Talking to CJ was a bit like navigating a maze. You had a rough idea of where you were headed, but you couldn't be sure you'd ever get there.
I'll help you figure it out.
CJ! Ща будем выяснять.
I knew he was hiding something. A compass with strange symbols where the cardinal direction should be.
Тарань, странствие.
Looks broken. Where did you get that compass?
Ah, you spotted it. I knew you would. It belonged to my father. He left it to me to find the truth.
You're not going to find anything with that. The needle is wandering all over the place. A bit like you.
It's searching
For what?
for them. It's this town, Jenny. It's Arthurton. They're here, among us, and this proves it.
Or it could just be broken.
Could be. I guess we'll never know.
Is it your birthday, CJ?
Birthday? Whose birthday? Klangson's birthday. But Klangson died on his birthday.
Клэнксон.
Assassination? Possibly. Abduction? Almost certainly.
CJ, the card?
Oh, this. It's for you. Impossible shot. Died instantly.
С днем рождения! Прими мои соболезнования из-за отца.
No suspects. No human suspects, anyway.
Господи.
Thanks, CJ. That's, thoughtful. I didn't think you'd remember.
Сегодня годовщина?
I know what it's like to lose something important to you. Now triple shred and incinerate that card as soon as possible! It's got my fingerprints all over it!
Оправленный носок. Неудачный тайник.
What's that sticking out of your sock?
Ah! That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I intercepted a secret message. Classified intel. It's proof, Jenny. It's happening again. It's time for us to join the fight.
This
Приезжайте
doesn't look
среди
like the kind
нас.
of pamphlet he usually makes.
Им нужны ваши питомцы. Вы готовы? Вы выполните свой долг?
It's being professionally printed.
Could CJ finally be onto something?
Oh, it's just part of a cereal box.
Вводи космических кодов. А.
A cereal box from another space-time continuum?
Nope, just a regular cereal box. It's an ad for a toy.
But why? Why would it just be lying there in the trash?
I'm sorry, CJ. There are still great mysteries out there to solve. But this isn't one of them. So what's the plan now?
Library. Research. Very important. Very hush-hush.
They let you back in?
Not yet. But I've got this hat now.
It wasn't your head that needed covering.
No, for disguise.
I know, CJ. What is it this time? More UFOs? Radio wave mind control? A globally connected communication network used exclusively to view pictures of cats?
Как она быстро читает.
Jenny, you sound crazy. I'm just preparing my defense for the hearing.
Is this because you tried to hypnotize Mrs. Brown's prize poodle?
No, that was last week. It's because I peed in the water tower.
О, господи.
CJ, that's gross.
And this is the thanks I get for saving everyone from the mind control chemicals?
Well, I guess I'll see you later then.
Как можно
But
было?
CJ was gone.
В смысле?
CJ, I know you're standing behind the phone booth. I just watched you walk over there.
No, I'm not.
Ясно?
Okay then, bye.
See you later.
Запись в дневнике, что еще? Си-Джей. Простите. Переключила, пока чесалась. Дурачится, как всегда. Что вообще означает Си-Джей? Секретный код. Можно привести лошадь к водопою, но нельзя заставить ее приготовить обед из 5 блюд. Нет хода без бобра. Последний пончик самый вкусный. Господи, откуда я все это знаю? Как вообще так получилось? То есть в следующий раз, когда я встречусь с ним, мне нужно будет обязательно говорить это же, да?
Hey!
Ah! Damn, that's the third time today.
Oops.
Hi, Jenny. Great job solving that case today. It's really cute the way that you and your mom work together. I wish I was that close with my parents.
Enough chit-chat. Got anything new for me?
Oh, yes. This is the real deal, hot off the press. I haven't had a chance to distribute these yet, so keep them to yourself.
Ada and Jenny belonged to one of the oldest societies in Arthurton. An eclectic band of treasure hunters, collectors, creators, and dealers. Together, they were known as Sticker Club. For generations, Gumboldt students had been hiding and finding stickers all over town. Officially, Jenny was too young to join.
Ага.
But she'd found so many stickers on her own that they'd made her an honorary member.
Прикольно.
Let's see. Nice crisp edges, rich colors. Very tacky.
Thanks. I spent all week making these.
If only you spend as much time in your schoolwork, you might not be failing my mom's class.
Jenny thought to herself.
It's to celebrate the dean's retirement. I'm super sad that he's leaving, but...
It's a perfect reason to make new stickers.
Exactly! Oh, we're going on an epic sticker hunt before the dean's party. You should join us!
Even if Jenny had wanted to join them,
And I don't.
she knew she'd be stuck with her cousin all weekend.
Thanks, but I work alone.
Oh, okay. See you around, Jenny.
Lake Nowhere, 1 mile.
Без сознания. Уйти, да. Я, наверное, в этой территории должна была все-таки искать все обрывки. Что?
Perfect. Hold it right there. Okay, let her go.
Oh dear.
That was ominous.
Ну да, вообще-то было. Почему не обговори... никак не отгородили это
Detective for
дело?
hire. Jenny had saved up the whole summer to place an ad in the local paper, but no one had answered it. Until now. What could this new case be? Her imagination ran wild, picturing the possibilities. And so, after helping her mum at Gumboldt College, she hurried to the pier at Lake Nowhere to rendezvous with her new client and crack another thrilling case.
Хорошо. Приближаясь к опушке леса, Дженни услышала странный неожиданный звук. Ох ты ж!
What the?
Что?
Hey, kid! Watch where you're going!
Hey, screw you! Your wrench nearly cracked my head open.
Oh no! It's not damaged, is it? That's my lucky wrench.
Yeah, lucky it didn't kill me. When's this upgrade gonna be finished anyway?
Look, kid, I just go where they tell me. Every night, another power surge. Every morning, another part of the grid fried. And I'm out here fixing it. Do I get any thanks? No.
What's causing all the outages?
At the moment, a little red-headed girl. Now throw me my wrench, kid.
Looks like I have all the leverage. So tell me, what exactly is taking so long with these repairs? Apart from shoddy workmanship, that is.
Hey, we're busting our butts to keep your lights on. These lines should be lasting for decades, but they're burning out after just a few weeks.
Главное, чтобы у вас был свет, а тебе свет не нужен, я так понимаю, да?
It's the strangest thing. Anyway, toss me my wrench. But be careful. It's a family heirloom.
But what could possibly be using that much power?
You're killing me, little girl.
Arthurton's a tiny town. The mines are practically shut down. So what could it be? Surely someone must know.
All I know is I got 3 more jobs today, and I can't finish any of them without my wrench. So, will you please just give it back already?
Так, хорошо.
Fine. I've got bigger fish to fry.
О, вот здесь.
Thanks, kid.
Мгм. То есть все-таки подсвечивается, ну, появляется лупа. След лупы, как бы, что можно это сделать.
As Jenny stepped
оно
out of
чё.
the dark forest, she saw warm sunlight reflecting off the cool lake. And next to that, something even cooler. Keith Stroudsbury.
Come on, Keith! Dance like you've been it! Not so much grinding.
Oh, Keith, what are you doing?
Not everyone saw it, but to Jenny, there was something special about Keith.
He's just happy being himself.
Nothing seemed to bother him.
Not even having to dance in a costume for $1 an hour.
But Jenny was not so laid back.
Not when it comes to standing up for a friend.
Especially her only friend.
I think there's been enough dancing for one day, don't you? Hey, Jenny. Hello, Susan. Actually, I prefer Susie. Busy laughing while others earn a living, Susan? Not everyone's got your dad's money, I guess.
Jenny, hi!
Ух ты, сын декана Стросбери.
Tall and
Keith.
handsome, with intense, mysterious eyes. Cool should have been his middle name.
Завсегдатый с скамьи запасных. Так, ага, лучший друг. Хорошо. Сложное название, просто поэтому не прочту.
Instead of Tarquin. But Keith was so cool, he didn't even mind.
Give me 1 minute. I'm just finishing my...
Sure. Don't let me interrupt your work.
My shift ends.
In 15 minutes, I know. I'm early. I'm meeting a client over at the dock. Paid case. Could be big. Real big.
Couldn't be as big as her head.
Wow, that's really...
Impressive? Maybe. All I care about is keeping this town crime-free.
The only crime here is that haircut.
Back in a minute, Keith. I'll have the usual.
А пускай будет сладкоежка, чё нет?
6 sugars, a splash of milk, and a dash of cinnamon.
You got it.
Хорошо.
How about now?
Move it to the left a bit.
What's he doing up there?
Not now, kid. We're busy.
Any better?
No, keep going.
Now?
Опачки, звук пошел.
Working. Hold it right there.
That's what all the fuss is about?
О, блин.
Not this guy again.
What is that?
Whatever it is, it's not my music. Maybe it's jazz?
Shh. I'm trying to listen.
You shush. I'm the DJ. I'm in charge.
When's this party getting started, boys?
Oh, just a few more minutes.
How are we supposed to dance to this?
I think we're losing them.
Another station must be interfering with the signal.
Интересно.
But there aren't any other stations in Arthurton. Wait! All these wires must be acting as a giant antenna.
Jenny listened closely to the mysterious transmission. It was like no other radio broadcast she'd heard before.
Так.
Hold it steady!
Sorry, I'm trying.
That's just getting worse. You might as well come down.
No, wait! I can almost make out what they're saying.
But just like that, the sound faded away.
What did you do?
That's no use. Come on. We gotta get this equipment back to the AV department by 6.
Аудиовизуальных технологий. О,
Jenny was so lost in contemplation, she'd almost forgotten the case at hand.
My client. I'm supposed to meet her at the dock. Danger. No swimming. Sounds safe. How do I get this ladder down?
ни то, ни другое. Так, хорошо. Не, ну подожди, ну как-то же должно же быть. Разве нет? Походу нет. Ну ладно, хорошо. Дэн?
Aha! Got you this time, you slippery fella! Ah, shucks. Just another boot.
Excuse me, Mr. Humdrum.
Oh my! If it isn't little Jenny LeClue. What a glorious day, don't you think?
As far as Jenny was concerned, small talk was like a second pair of underpants. Uncomfortable and completely unnecessary.
But Mom always says, create a good rapport and they'll reveal everything to you.
So she gave it a shot.
Nice, weather we're having?
Oh, isn't it marvelous? Just look out there, Jenny. She's got that wonderful afternoon glow.
No one knew why the lake glowed at night. And few were brave enough to swim its murky waters. What lay beneath its depths was the stuff of myth and legend.
Somewhere out there lies the giant red herring, or so they say.
But no one's ever caught one. Sounds fishy to me.
Well, if she's out there, I'll catch her. Someday.
Great. Well, now that we have a good rapport, where can I find Mrs. Humdrum?
Well, she's down there on the ridge.
Only one problem. I think the ladder is broken.
Ah, yes. There's a knack to it. First you shake it,
Потрясти.
and you kick it,
Потом пнуть.
and then you push it.
И, наконец, толкнуть. Ага.
Sounds unnecessarily complicated.
I'll join you down there in a bit. Just have to sort my tackle out.
Чуть потрясти. Пнуть. И теперь толкнуть.
Aha! That did the trick.
Ого! Сработало. Хорошо. Так, а что у нас в дневнике? Так, этот гаечный ключ чуть мне на голову не упал. Почему электричество так быстро сгорают? Электросети так быстро сгорают. Кит, он разве не понимает, что Пегги и Вероника над ним смеются? Дискотека у озера, музыка омерзительная, причина загадочное вмешательство. Потрясти, пнуть, толкнуть.
Mrs. Humdrum, I presume?
Oh, hello! You?
I'm the private detective you contacted. The code word is Purple Panda. I'm here to solve your case.
Who is it, Dan?
It's Jenny, dear, the LeClue girl. She doesn't see so well without her glasses.
Oh, hello, Jenny. I'm afraid I don't see so well without my glasses.
Nothing wrong with her hearing, though.
What did she say?
I said there's nothing wrong with your hearing, dear.
Oh, no, thank you. I've already eaten.
I believe you have a case for me?
We do. We do.
Great. So what's the trouble? Haunted by the ghost of a former lover? Worried you're being poisoned by a mad uncle? Something so dark and gruesome I can't even begin to imagine the horror.
Бедолага, она прям реально просто помирает без какого-нибудь важного и нужного дела. Ой, сочувствую.
Well, I've lost my reading glasses.
Oh.
And there it was, a real case. A confounding mystery to challenge Jenny's brilliant mind.
I thought this was finally going to be a good one.
What do you think, Jenny? Can you help?
Sure, Mr. Humdrum. I'm gonna need to ask you a few questions.
Пропавшие очки.
Looks freshly blow-dried. A professional job. Your hair looks lovely today, Mrs. Humdrum. Is that a new style?
Thank you. I had it done yesterday. Dan didn't notice. They call it the Queen's Coif.
Well, it's certainly big.
Большая, да.
And expensive.
But I'm worth it, Dan.
Who could put a price on that beautiful head of hair?
You're not so bad yourself, hot stuff.
Gross.
I've never been interrogated before. This is such fun.
Jenny recognized the distinctive indentations left behind by a pair of spectacles.
She must have been wearing them recently.
Мгм.
You still have marks from your glasses in the bridge of your nose. You probably lost them within the last day or two.
Oh, I never would have thought of that.
When do you last remember wearing them?
I'm really not sure. Dan?
You had him at your Tuesday book club.
Встреча с ними во вторник.
Oh,
Ага.
yes. We're reading 50 Shady Graves.
Тленного. О.
You really are very good.
The best.
How long have you been solving mysteries? But
I'll ask the questions, thank you.
5 оттенков тленного, кошмар. Усовершенствование смешивание голубой. Не
I
успела
expect you're
прочитать.
finding it difficult to paint without your glasses.
oh no, I never wear them when I paint. I like to feel the canvas, to interpret the colors.
She's an incredible painter. You should have her paint you.
Thanks, but I don't mix business with pleasure.
What's next? Fingerprints? Oh, polygraph test? It's like you're reading my mind.
Так, усовершенствована технология смешивания. Голубой. Цианиновый. Господи. Грамотный подбор цветов. Сильный запах скипидара. Так, подожди секунду. Что тут написано? Пропали или украдены недавно. Дорогая прическа, выше 180 сантиметров. О, подожди-ка. О, тю-тю-тю. О, смотри-ка, я нашла стикер. В смысле? Я же нашла стикер. Новая наклейка! Ура! Не дают найти скрытые наклейки. Опачки. Ладно, хорошо. Значит, вот с этим было связано. Любитель риска,
Jenny had
слабые
often snuck through the
шансы.
hole in the fence at Grubman's to watch the races. She could understand why the dogs ran so hard. They were chasing the promise of food. What the adults were chasing was less relatable.
I notice you're a gambler, Mrs. Humdrum. You've been to the Greyhound races.
That was yesterday.
We always go to Grubman's on Wednesday.
Interesting.
Have you figured it out yet? The suspense is killing me.
Еще улики, не все. 30-кратное увеличение.
Do you often carry a pair of binoculars?
She doesn't go anywhere without him.
I presume you don't wear your glasses when you use the binoculars.
No, I can't get my eyes close enough to the eye cups.
I see. Did you take your binoculars with you to the races?
Of course. Those critters are so tiny, I can't keep up without my binoculars.
Interesting.
I feel like you know more about me than I do.
Так, фиксированные наглазники.
Ты что с нами делаешь?
Подожди-ка, что здесь?
Они там кто такие? Ты прыщ. До свидания.
Ага. Так. Зацепились за
That's a large
что-то.
hole. She must have caught it on something.
Ага.
Did you have trouble climbing down the ladder, Mrs. Humdrum?
Why, yes, I did. How on earth did you know?
There's a tear in your pants pocket.
Well, what do you know? I didn't realize these pants even had pockets. You are so thorough. Any more questions?
I think I have everything I need to wrap this one up.
Хорошо. Давай начнем.
Where are Gail's glasses?
Так, где очки Гейл? Есть вопрос, есть вариант, конечно, что... так. Ставки, бинокль, прическа.
Gail was at the races last night.
Так, корешок составок не только для наблюдения за птицами.
She had to remove her glasses to use the binoculars. Gail also had her hair cut recently.
Я могла бы есть капкейки? Это с чем вдруг связано?
It's fluffy and big and could easily hide a small object.
Solving a complex mystery like the case of the missing glasses was tough work. But now came the most satisfying part. Delivering the dramatic denouement.
Let's review the facts. 1. Not only do you love your binoculars, you've come to depend on them for bird watching, greyhound watching, basically anything far away watching.
That's true.
I immediately sensed that the two optical devices, your binoculars and glasses, were incompatible. Thus, to use one, you had to remove the other.
Fascinating.
Fact 2. Yesterday, you changed your hairstyle.
I did.
Though fun, it was also impractical. It's so tall that it could easily conceal a small object.
I see where this is going.
Please don't interrupt. After much research, deliberation, and debate, I've concluded there is only one place the missing glasses could be. They'd be on your head the whole time.
Oh, so they are. Right
А,
there
все-таки
on top
правда.
of my
Я думала
head.
сейчас... А я думала, что все-таки будет провал, потому что дырка в штанах меня все-таки смущала, но она никак не связана с остальными предметами.
Incredible! What a talent!
They're always in the last place you look, aren't they?
A master detective in the making.
Не боишься смерти? Я должна? Ну, как бы, в любом случае, это когда-то с нами случится со всеми. Хотя, конечно, неприятная история. А ты?
What would we have done without you?
Gail, don't forget to pay the girl.
Oh, of course, silly me. You must be rewarded generously for all your hard work. Now don't spend it all in one place.
Что ей дали?
Thanks.
Сертифак?
I'll do my best.
Боюсь. Ну... Вообще, это нормальное отношение человека к этому. Ну, на мой взгляд. Ну, как бы... Это... Человек всегда боится того, чего он не знает, а ты как бы не знаешь, что приведет к... Ну, как бы, что будет после твоей смерти. Так что это, в принципе, нормально. Пропавшие очки, дело закрыто. Все это время они были у нее на голове. Слишком просто. Ну вот, расстроилась.
Lake Nowhere. Totally safe and pollution-free. Are you ready, Keith?
Wow, what an amazing detective. Glasses on her head. Who could have guessed?
Oh, you heard.
Whatever would we do without Master Investigator Jenny LeClue?
I thought it was pretty cool, Jenny.
And a whole nickel! You must be so excited. Yeah, that's more than her mom makes in a month.
Come on, guys. Let's all just...
Hey, Jenny, my grandma called. She wants her sweater back.
Oh, how wonderful it was to joke around with friends.
Серьезно.
I've had enough of this.
Пятый. Новый. Всегда носит. Закрывает лицо. Язвить.
Over application of makeup. Hair drawn over face. Wear sunglasses even at night. You're trying to distract from something. A lazy eye, perhaps?
What? No! How do you... Shut up, Jenny! You don't know anything!
Wow, Jenny. That was cruel.
Who even says something like that?
Aw, don't cry, Veronica.
She's just a weirdo nobody!
Jenny, let who?
Что?
In the case of the missing friends!
Yeah. Good one, Veronica. Come on, let's get you home.
То есть, когда они
Are
надо
you
мной
coming, Susie?
издеваются, это типа нормально. А когда, ну, над Дженни, когда они издеваются, это нормально. А когда Дженни нашла способ им ответить, это типа все, как бы, вот как можно, довела до слез. Офигеть просто.
Thanks for the coffee, Keith. And the extra sugar.
Of course. It's...
Nothing special at all, and the same thing he does for everyone?
Oh, okay. See you around, Keith.
Ревность.
Well, that went well. Shall we?
Yeah. I've got no customers now anyway.
Там был вариант только съязвить и сильно съязвить. Сильно съязвить, я думаю, было бы прям
Nothing
вообще
exciting ever happens
страшно.
here. I'm so tired of these simple cases. Ugh. How am I supposed to become a real detective if there are no real crimes to solve?
You help that old lady. Darn.
Thanks, Keith, but it was stupid, and everyone knew it. Including your girlfriend.
She's not my...
And you really mustn't let them treat you like that. You should stick up for yourself.
They don't mean anything.
Sometimes you just gotta speak up and say how you feel.
Well,
You can't just let people walk all over you, Keith.
Okay.
Сама, между прочим, то же самое делает.
It doesn't matter anyway. Nothing's gonna change. Not in this ghost town.
It's not so bad.
Don't you ever wonder what it would be like to live somewhere else?
Oh, not really.
Who am I kidding? There is nowhere else. Not for miles.
Глубокий пессимизм. Вот это было круто.
Oh, shucks.
I see practice is going well. Is your dad still pressuring you to play?
Well...
Come on, Keith. You hate basketball. And tough love, but you're the worst player on the team.
Not the worst.
Well, on the bench anyway. Why don't you just tell him you don't want to play anymore?
It's a Strasberry tradition.
Традиция играть вот в это вот.
That's my point, Keith. This whole town is dead, stuck in the past. Everyone is just doing what they're told without questioning why. Where's the ambition, the sense of adventure?
Are we still talking about basketball? How's your mom?
She seems distracted. Normally, she's so focused on her job. I mean, it's understandable. It's been almost a year since... And now she's planning to go away for the weekend, and she still won't tell me why.
Yeah?
She was definitely acting weird earlier.
Maybe she's lonely?
You know what? You're right.
I am?
Ну да.
She shouldn't be alone right now. Actually, your dad told me they were meeting in the library. We're going to need supplies. 2 of Mr. Bean's finest, please. To go, of course. Here is my payment in full.
That's a nickel.
Put the rest on my tab? Thanks for the pep talk, Keith. You always know what to say to make me feel better.
Это вас вдруг повезло в это? Повезло, да, вас что-то прям повезло.
Last stone. You want it?
Thanks. Woohoo! Bullseye!
Уху, попала. Не финты себе, вот это провода. Ого.
Keith was an excellent listener. Or maybe he just didn't speak much. Either way, Jenny really enjoyed their little talks. He was the only person who really seemed to understand her. Jenny biked briskly towards the library back on campus to surprise her mother. Nothing exciting ever happens here, she grumbled, unaware of the great adventure that lay in store just around the corner.
В библиотеке было тихо. Слишком тихо.
Gerald Strasberry. Cornelius Strasberry. It's a wall of Strasberries.
The Strasberry lineage stretched back to the very founding of the university.
Геноцид, привет.
There had been a Dean Strasberry at Gumboldt for over 150 years.
There won't be for much longer. The dean's retiring, and the only Strasberry left is Keith. And he's not exactly the academic type.
Или это из-за люстры такой звук?
No one on duty. A book thief's paradise. There's a note on the desk.
Опачки, так, я нашла этот. Стикер! Ура! Так, заметка. Этому человеку воспрещен вход в библиотеку из-за прошлых инцидентов. Он может носить шляпу или фальшивые усы. Будьте бдительны. Кто-то постоянно оставляет тележки для книг в читальном зале. Не забывайте возвращать тележки на стойку регистрации и не вставайте на них. Для этого есть лестницы деконструкции. Приблизить, повернуть нельзя. Хорошо.
That was weird.
Отлично.
Hello? Mom? Mr. Strasberry?
Вот оно чё.
Jenny's words echoed through the
Не знаю,
library.
не знаю.
Something's not right here.
A mystery was unfolding.
Whatever it is, I'll get to the bottom of it.
Догадаюсь до сути. Ну давай, давай докапываться. Тихая библиотека, слишком тихая. Так, стойка регистрации мы уже смотрели, да. Все. Ой, блин, господи.
Les Stroudsbury, Gumbold's 21st and jolliest dean, smiled down at Jenny.
Looking a bit wonky today, Mr. Stroudsbury.
A pair of wires ran down the wall and disappeared behind the painting.
It's too high to reach. What are you hiding back there?
Так, ага. Нужно что-то, на что мы встанем, чтобы это посмотреть.
The
Хорошо.
chandeliers that adorn this library are made from rare Arthurtonian quartz. Kindly donated by the Glatz Foundation.
The Glatz family was one of the oldest in town. They were the first to mine the valuable quartz deposits beneath Arthurton. And as such, they became incomparably wealthy.
Разумеется.
And they sure like to let everyone know it.
Хорошо.
Laddertron 5000. The pinnacle of remote ladder and bookcase technology.
Ага.
Kindly donated by the Glatz Foundation.
Ну, естественно.
Whoa! Dangerous!
The newly installed ladder system was prone to malfunction.
Should have kept the old wooden ladders. They never tried to electrocute me. I need to find a way to turn the power off.
Jenny gazed at the technological marvel of Laddertron 5000.
Seems pointless. It's not hard to move a ladder. Sometimes it feels like some unknown force is just trying to slow me down. No good. I don't think I'll be able to move the ladders while the electricity is on.
А, подожди. Интересно, какой комбинации я должна достичь? А, тележка. Мне нужно тележку открыть. Хорошо. Так. Нет, наверное, вот это вот посерединке будет. Если так. Нет, не вот это посерединке. Нет, 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 нет. Это значит дальний, значит вот это посерединке. Yep.
Jenny was notorious for climbing book carts.
It's the only way to reach the highest shelves. In fact, this could be useful.
But something else had caught her eye.
This table's a complete mess. Who would leave it like this?
Теории заговора. Чертежи, криво, документ в старом городе.
Illegible scribbles, intricate diagrams of giant machines. A worn copy of Aliens in Arthurton.
Jenny knew only one person could have been sitting here.
Понятно.
CJ.
Да.
It's odd, though. He usually hides everything when he's finished.
Торопился
What's
очень.
this?
A tattered piece of paper with a series of seemingly unrelated notes.
Так, улики надо искать. Так, что? Человек-тень, люди-тени, заброшенная шахта, обнаружена масштабная сейсмическая активность. Возможное место приземления. 23:00. Лес. Нейроне НЛО, громкий звук. О, кстати, я нашла еще один стикер. Опыты с трупами.
UFOs, shadow men, experiments on corpses.
Кладбище похищен при луче света.
It seemed that CJ was unraveling a mystery of his own.
Wait, there's something on the other side. Wow, a color map of Arthurton.
Это круто.
Jenny had never seen a town map with this level of detail before.
I can't believe CJ left this behind. That's so unlike him. He'd be terrified if anyone else found it. I'll keep it safe until I see him again.
Угу. Чё, такая симпатичная вещь. Нашли карту. Круто. Так, хорошо. Платить? Поехали. Так, добраться. Да.
No secrets between friends, Mr. Strasberry.
Jenny stood on her tiptoes and delicately removed the priceless painting from the wall.
Разобьет сейчас дребезги ее, да? Конечно.
Oops. Aha! Precisely what I was hoping to find.
It was?
Let's see. Lights, bookcases, ladders. I'll cut the power and continue my investigation.
But Jenny knew better than to play with electricity, so she left it alone.
It's a simple switch, perfectly safe.
The eerie silence unnerved our tiny hero. But even worse was the dark. Jenny had always been terrified of the dark.
Just breathe. A great detective never succumbs to fear. Looks like that did the trick.
Хорошо. Каемся.
Я чудо-детка и плясать я могу. Потрясу я подгузником, ой потрясу. Я крепыш и могу я всем наподдать, всем наподдать, всем наподдать. И если ты ведьма, тебе наподдам. Тебе наподдам.
Значит, что это? Откуда ты это взял вообще? Ага, так, подожди, надо посмотреть.
Jenny stopped in her tracks. The sign clearly read, "Wet floor, caution." Her path was blocked.
You're kidding me, right?
Trampling muddy feet over a perfectly clean floor? She was a maverick, not a monster.
Ей не залезть сюда. А если так? Так ей не залезть сюда. Так, подожди, а как ей тогда залезть? А, вот там дыра, потому что... Вот она, дыра. Хорошо. Смотрите, может, подсветится? Не подсветилась.
Rare books. Our most precious collections reside in this temperature-controlled room. Kindly donated by the Glatz Foundation. Yeah, we know.
О, так, тут что-то есть.
There's something on that shelf, but I can't reach it.
Так, нужно... Да нет, нужно что-то, чем мы это достанем. Чем мы это достанем? Нифига себе, ты что
The
вообще?
fallen remains of a bookcase blocked Jenny's path.
It looks like a bomb went off in here. It's too precarious to climb over.
Прыгнуть она не может. А как тогда быть? А, подожди, она может просто подвинуть вот это. А, все окей. Нет, не может. И все окей. Как же ей это достать тогда? Интересно. Так, ну-ка, подожди. Нет, с тележкой она никак не взаимодействует, а это мы уже видели. Да, блин, возьму. Чтобы она побежала. Не ту кнопку нажала. Ами заговорила внезапно. Зачем?
Wow, that really is slippery. It wouldn't be a good idea to leave my footprints everywhere.
Ну что за хрень? Да как тогда мы с тобой это сделаем, а? Покедова. Давай, начос. Хорошего тебе дня завтра. Доброго тебе вечера. Пока-пока. Заходи еще. Так. Я услышала ваше предложение, может быть, приду? Хорошо. А, то есть сюда
It's
зайти.
locked. No problem. I'll just pick it.
Ага.
Jenny was skilled with a lockpick, having watched her mother demonstrate the process countless times.
Ну, шибко давайте не надейтесь. О, ладно. Я не нашла за ней тайну.
But that was just for fun at home. This was the real world. You couldn't just go around picking other people's locks. That was a crime.
A great detective knows when to bend the rules. And the paperclip she has in her pocket. Mom always says, lockpicking is a subtle art. Move slowly and search for the sweet spot.
Так. Очень интересная система взлома. Очень клевая. Очень странная, но очень клевая.
Bingo.
Отмычкой в замочек сходите?
It must have been a
Ага.
rush of blood that caused Jenny to act so irrationally. Regardless, she had picked the lock and felt strangely exhilarated. What treasures lay behind the door?
Тележка!
Oh, it's empty. Still, that book cart could be useful.
Сначала сюда. Достать. Отлично. Теперь сюда. Давай обойдем впритык. Нифига себе прыжки у ребенка, господи! Как можно так прыгать-то?
Something's blocking the ladder. There's something stuck in the track.
Опачки.
Scientia potestas est. It's the Dean's ring.
Кольцо декана. А
No
чё
wonder
это?
the ladders were malfunctioning. The ring must have caused a short circuit. I'll keep hold of
Кольцо
this
тут
and
декана
return it to the
плоское?
Dean when I see him next.
Куда? В смысле?
An empty library, a fallen bookcase, and now a broken balcony?
This mystery has all the hallmarks of foul play.
А зафига ты туда вообще пошла? Я даже не выбирала этого действия-то, ну. Сильный удар.
They say words can't hurt you. In this case, I'd be inclined to disagree.
Огромная сила.
Solid iron and oak, torn apart like a piece of bread. It would have taken some serious force to do this.
Порванная пополам.
Something bad happened here.
Да уж, это точно.
This is feeling more and more like a crime scene.
And then Jenny saw it. Covered in a ripped curtain and surrounded by broken glass.
It is a crime scene!
Опачки. Нет. Да нет. Опачки, опачки, опачки. Так, что здесь? А. Кошмар.
You never forget
А
the
шо
first
это?
time you see a dead body. It harrows the mind, terrifies the soul, scars you to your very core.
A dead body? No way! This is amazing!
Какое довольно это.
Who lay under that curtain? Who had breathed their last breath? Who had shuffled off this mortal coil to meet their maker?
It could be anyone.
Я, кстати, играла в эту Анну 1800. Звучит вкусненько. Игра хорошо сделана, работает хорошо, но я в итоге от нее как-то быстро устала. Я так и не прошла, кстати. Ну, то есть сценарий и кампанию я так и не прошла.
I mean, it could be an escaped lunatic from the asylum. Or an axe-wielding maniac on the run from the cops. It could be...
It could be.
Mom? Oh no. Please, no.
No, you never forget the first time you see a dead body. Jenny knew it was wrong to disturb the crime scene.
But I have to know who's under here.
Slowly, she drew back the heavy cloth.
Please don't be my mom. Please don't be my mom. Dean Stroudsbury?
О, карный бабай.
Thank God. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Poor Mr. Stroudsbury. What happened to you?
Was this a terrible accident? Or worse?
Murder!
Her stomach churned. Seeing the Dean's lifeless face, his contorted frame, Jenny felt the urge to run, to get as far away from this horrific sight as possible. Jenny had longed for an adventure, for a real case to solve.
I didn't expect it to be like this.
She gathered herself, took a deep breath, and began to search for clues.
It's smashed, most likely from the fall. The hand stopped at 3:57 p.m. That gives me a potential time of death.
If Jenny had arrived just a few minutes earlier,
I might have been able to save him.
Могла бы, конечно. Опачки, а что это?
the Dean's hand was clamped shut around a small object.
That's strange. Rigor mortis usually takes hours to set in. I'm sorry for what I'm about to do, Mr. Stroudsbury. But this could be a vital clue. Mom's ID card? But that means...
Julie LeClue had definitely been here.
she could be the last person to have seen him alive.
She could be the killer.
Ага, вот именно. Чё такая медленная? Ну, в смысле? Я нормальная. Своими шероховатостями, да. Ну, я играла просто типа по фану, хотела пройти на легком уровне сложности. Слушай, даже на легком уровне сложности у меня это вызвало столько проблем, что я в итоге вот это вот. Ну, приехала бы чуть раньше, спасла бы человека. Да ну блин, ну не срослось. Ну что ж я поделаю-то теперь? Это же прям вообще беда, печаль. Я не знаю, как вообще. Я упустила этот момент.
Impossible.
Я была
My
за
mother's a
сыном
forensic
вообще.
expert. She'd never leave such incriminating evidence behind.
But even the smartest criminals made mistakes. Jenny couldn't deny this looked bad for her mum.
If anyone else sees this, they'll jump to conclusions. They'll think my mom's a murderer. Unless...
A peculiar thought crossed Jenny's mind.
Unless... there's nothing to find.
Removing evidence from a crime scene was highly unethical.
So is planting evidence to frame an innocent person.
She had no proof of that.
I have to do something.
Нет, оставить, в смысле, не-не-не-не.
My mom would kill me if she thought I tampered with evidence. Besides, she's innocent. The truth will come out.
А потом пакетом.
He looks like he's been dead for weeks. His
Да,
skin is pale and colorless. And there's a strange mark on his neck. It's a book about predicting the future. I suppose it didn't belong to Mr. Stroudsbury then.
Так. Что это у нас? Очки, здрасте.
The Dean's planner lay open on today's date.
Perhaps I can retrace his steps and create a timeline of events.
Так, среда. Встреча с Дж.Л. Вдовий приют. Сказать правду. Тренировать речь. Переписать. Вторник. Полить цветы. Покормить кошку. Вынести мусор. 14:15. Встреча с Майклом. Двое. Установка памятника. 15:45. Жюли, библиотека, отложить, обсудить изменения, после полудня переписать вступление, пятница, 10:00 репетиция речи, 13:00 обед с Китом, кафе «Инфаркт», перенесено на вторник, 17:00 встреча со служащими, представление кандидатур на место декана, им придется обойтись без меня, суббота, полдень, церемония в кампусе, речь, 17:00 обед на факультете Грубнер Холл, 20:00 фейерверк, шепчущий лес, полночь, отставка, ура! Ага.
Looks like he completed all his chores for the day. I already knew the Dean was meeting Mom here. So where is she now? Meet J.L. Could that be Mom? Where's Widow's Drop? I've never heard of it. He sure was working hard on that speech. I'm sad he won't get to deliver it. Looks like he canceled his meetings on Friday and rearranged lunch with Keith. Oh, poor Keith.
Jenny didn't know how she would break the news to him.
But I should be the one to tell him. Gossip spreads like wildfire in Arthurton. A book about chance. What are the odds that this was an accident?
Вопрос. Каковы, блин, шансы?
The Hawk and the Weasel and other bedtime stories. It could be important.
Может быть.
Then again, it could have just joined the Dean for the ride.
Может быть, конечно.
There are bits of glass and metal debris everywhere. He has burn marks on his hand.
Он держался за штору.
I think that's all the evidence I'm going to find here.
She took one last look at the Dean's lifeless body.
I'm sorry, Mr. Stroudsbury. I promise I'll get to the bottom of this.
Jenny knew she should leave and call the police. But how often did a case like this come along?
Never. There's more to this than meets the eye.
Мертвый декан. Такое дело выпадает раз в жизни.
Some of this evidence must be connected.
So she opened her journal to join the dots.
Так,
What was the
ожоги.
apparent cause of death?
Какая видимая причина смерти? Рухнувший балкон, ожоги на руках.
Меня забрел.
Верение мамы. Нет.
That doesn't
Нет
quite
то.
add up. Let me give this some more thought.
Так, удостоверение мамы уберем, ожог, кольцо, рухнувший балкон.
It looks like the dean was thrown from the balcony when he reached down to pick up his ring, which was stuck in the electrified ladder track. He grabbed the curtain, but it didn't slow him down. He landed on a bed of metal and glass debris.
Значит, мамино удостоверение тут ни при чем, по крайней мере, в ее этой.
What is
Необычного
unusual about the
смерти
dean's death?
декана. Необычное лицо. Удостоверение мамы.
The dean has a strange mark on his neck. All the skin around his face is gray and gaunt. I've never seen anything like it before. He's holding my mom's ID card, which makes her the prime suspect. But why would she or anyone want to kill Dean Stroudsbury?
Jenny suspected foul play, but what was the motive? Had she missed something?
The watch! The dean's watch stopped at 3:57 p.m. When I came into the library, the clock tower rang 4 times. The library only has one exit, and I haven't seen anyone but the dean since I got here.
Which meant, if the dean was murdered...
The killer must still be here.
Нет, уже нет.
It's getting away.
Jenny could hear police sirens in the distance.
Someone must have tipped them off. I'll catch the murderer and keep him busy until the cops arrive.
Chasing after murderers was hardly the job of a little girl.
Hey, you! Stop!
Ох ты ж, ёпер.
Despite surviving her fall without so much as a broken bone, Jenny couldn't help but feel she had failed. As the sirens grew louder, she knew it would only be a matter of time before the sheriff arrived. And then she'd have to explain why she hadn't called for help. But the worst feeling of all was that she had let the killer escape. As she drifted slowly into unconsciousness, Jenny heard a familiar voice. Concerned, gentle, soothing.
Jenny? Oh, Jenny, what have you done?
Mom?
Freeze! You're under arrest.
А вот это вот действительно было сейчас странно. В смысле, мам?
What have I done?
Я не знаю, я...
I killed him!
Его это целую банку джема.
This
Нифига,
is all wrong.
просто весь перемазывался в ушах. Как? Как ты умудрился весь перемазаться в джеме? Кошмар, господи, кто так ест?
Murder in Arthurton?
Заедать свое горе.
This is not an appropriate story for Jenny LeClue. Poor Dean Stroudsbury. What was I thinking? I've gone too far. Perhaps I should take a break. Come on, Rufus, let's go for a walk. Clear our heads and work off some of this jam.
Нафиг. Не хочу.
Вообще свалить.
Господи. Он шикарен.
Тебе нужно...
О, понятно. Не надо вот этого делать, хорошо.
Why were you there?
I told you I was looking for Mom.
Why?
We were going to grade papers. When do I get to see her?
Did you disturb the crime scene?
He could have been injured. I was just trying to help. I want to speak to my mom.
Ну это мотиво. Ох, офигеть, вот это вот. Я в воскресенье еду с девчонкой в МСК гулять. Прикол. У-у-у. Вот это да. Ничего себе, волк. Вот это новости.
Keith! Please, look at me. Keith, wait!
Это был несчастный случай. У него никого не осталось. Бедный мальчик. Не могу поверить, что она здесь. Это была месть, убийца. Он совсем один. Виновата. Виновна, она виновна. Где эти влюбленные? Она виновата. Она хотела на его место. Все пошло не так. Виновна. Убийца. Чистое зло. Это видно по глазам. Нифига себе, серьезно. Туда. Волк, это очень круто, я тебя поздравляю. Надеюсь, ты хорошо время проведешь. И она тоже. Вот. О, у нее папа симпатичный. Что происходит, блин? Офигеть! Просто.
What a horrible nightmare.
Согласна.
Dean Stroudsbury was dead. My mom was in jail. Keith told me he never wanted to see me again. And worst of all, I was surrounded by an evil army of giant teddy bears.
Unfortunately, it was all true, including the teddy bears.
My eyes! There's something wrong with them! Everything's pink!
But her eyes were fine. It was the room that was pink. Pink cuddly toys. Pink furniture. Pink clothes. And a hand-drawn homage to teenage heartthrob Pelvis Cressley.
Pelvis Cressley?
Covered in pink hearts. Everything a teenage girl could dream of.
It looks like a marshmallow exploded.
It was at this point Jenny remembered where she was.
I shouldn't be here. What happened? And what is that terrible music? I can't think straight with that racket playing. These aren't my clothes. And where's my journal?
That wasn't the only thing missing.
The Dean's ring! It was in my pocket. You're the fan that I love.
Ah yes, the eagerly awaited follow-up to the smash hit. Even though I'm a big star and you're just a fan, perhaps someday we could be together.
О, господи.
Ugh, who buys this crap?
Оказывается, кто-то покупает. Ох.
Huh? Hushed whispers in the hallway? I should investigate. It's locked from the outside. Who would trap a child in this nightmarish hellscape?
Jenny peeped through the tiny keyhole. As her eyes adjusted to the light, she recognized the substantial frame of Winston LeClue. Arthurton's long-standing sheriff and Jenny's.
Granddad!
А, дедушка? Круто. Держится правил, не признает
Jenny's
юмор,
relationship with
пытается
her
слабость
grandfather was
сказать.
contentious, to say the least. He was a stern and humorless man who placed honor, tradition, and the law above all else.
Sometimes even family.
But what was he doing here?
And who is he talking to?
Влиятельные светские лица, щедрый
Florence and Richard
филантроп,
Glatz were the
подозрительно
wealthiest couple in town
белые.
and hugely influential. Their company, Glatz Mining and Supply Corps, was the oldest in Arthurton. While Richard may have been the head of the business, everyone knew that Florence wore the pants. Exceptionally charming and generous, she always had a smile on her face.
Which is why I don't trust her one bit.
Being careful not to make a sound, Jenny leaned in and listened.
With everything going on, I don't have time to watch her.
It's no trouble at all, really, Winston.
She can stay for as long as she likes. The girls are great friends. I only hope she feels better soon. That was quite the scene she made at the funeral.
She should have left the boy alone.
Really, Winston, this whole situation must be unbearably traumatic for the poor girl. Her mother in jail, and what she saw in the library. One shudders at the thought. And all this barely a year after what happened to Henry.
She'll be fine. Just keep an eye on her. She can be a real handful.
Oh, don't worry, I've planned everything. Pony rides, afternoon tea, and tomorrow, we're going dress shopping. Oh, that reminds me. I have something for you.
Dress shopping? First they locked me up, now they want to torture me? I need to get out of here. Fast.
Саша тоже не любит по магазинам ходить. Это превращается это вот в это же что. Ты хочешь меня пытать? Вот. Он реально не любит ходить по магазинам за одеждой.
But her curiosity was piqued. She had to know what Mrs. Glatz had gone to fetch, and so she waited. The duty of sheriff had been Winston's birthright, passed from father to son for generations. Of course, that tradition would now end with him. But he preferred not to think about that. Nathaniel Glatz stared disapprovingly back at Jenny.
Creepy old man.
Actually, this was the man who saved Arthurton. When the quartz mines began to run dry, it was his research into the unique properties of the crystals that secured the future prosperity of the town and the company. When Thalladius T. Pumberbitten discovered the first quartz seam lining the Great Mountains, little did he know the impact it would have on the future of the town.
Little did he know the Glatz family would muscle in and take over the whole operation.
Nowadays, it was hard to go anywhere in town without seeing something made from it.
Huh? Where did he go?
И сейчас, блин, вылезет его... Да, я же говорю.
Winston, what are you doing down there?
Thought I heard something.
Really? A man of your age spying on teenage girls?
Я еще приеду и буду хвастаться, какой я ловелас. Да? Ну хорошо. Я блокнотик подготовлю и запишусь. Для потомков.
I've told you already. She won't be going anywhere.
It was probably just Jenny's imagination, but those words felt oddly...
Ну да, интонация странная, я согласна.
Sinister.
Не зловеще, просто странная интонация. Я бы не сказала, что это зловеще звучало.
Here.
Why does Mrs. Glatz have official police documents?
Satisfied.
How is Julie?
She's in the safest place, behind bars.
Surely they don't believe she's guilty.
I don't envy you, Winston. It must be hard to stay impartial. If the poor dear would just confess, it would make things much easier.
I have everything under control.
Of course you do, dear. No one doubts your loyalty to Arthurton. We must continue to look out for each other, now more than ever.
Sheriff, are you receiving?
Go ahead.
It's the LeClue house, sir. We found something.
I'll be right there. Over.
It sounds like you've got important things to take care of.
Yes. Well, good night, Florence.
Good night, Winston.
Don't let her out of your sight. She is a LeClue, after all.
I'm sure we'll manage.
Jenny couldn't believe what she'd just heard.
Everyone thinks my mom's a murderer.
Thankfully, her mother's fate was in safe hands. The fine people of the Arthurton Police Department.
Oh, God. She's gonna rot in jail.
Jenny could leave the case to them and enjoy a fun week of pony rides and shopping sprees.
No.
No?
Mom always says a great detective leaves nothing to chance. I have to do something.
But she was just a kid. What could she possibly do?
This is my chance. The case of a lifetime. My mom needs me, and I won't let her down. I'm gonna find my stuff and get out of here.
And just like that, a great adventure began.
I love you. I love you. Ah! You are my best friend. You scared the life out of me, pig.
The sun was setting behind the great mountains of Arthurton, cradling the town in a warm red embrace.
I slept the whole day away? I have to get out of here and make up for lost time. All the dangly bits are swaying. Strange. It's not windy in here. Best in show, horse ballet. First prize, advanced table etiquette? There's one here for best smile. Seriously? A heart-shaped mirror for the lady who loves herself. Ouch! That's hot!
Интересно, зачем? Знаю, но зачем-то. Так, тут что-то связано с порядком, видимо, этого дела зажигания, да? А, так.
There's a track in the ceiling panel around the chandelier.
Ага.
It looks like it can move.
Угу. Так, окей, это как-то связано с этим делом, хорошо.
Seriously, who has windows this big?
Below, Lake Nowhere stretched out as far as the eye could see. In the distance, Jenny could just make out the great lighthouse on Skull Island.
It's foggy out there tonight.
А я предложил закругляться, пока ничего примечательного не началось, захватывающего. Мне все равно приближаемся к середине только судя по прохождению, на которое я наткнулся. Наверное, да. Но я хочу еще немножечко. Происшествие на поминках героя. Ёперный театр. Проходившее вчера трогательное прощание с любимым многим Лесли Стромбери было омрачено неуместным актом вандализма в церкви Матери Милосердия. Свидетели сообщают, что эмоционально неустойчивый ребенок кричал на прихожан, ломая имущество и даже оскверняя труп. После долгих попыток поймать ее, девочка упала в обморок и была вынесена из помещения. Сотни людей собрались отдать дань уважения покойному, который давно занимал пост декана университета Гумбольдта. однако был хладнокровно убит сотрудником учебного заведения. О печальном происшествии стало известно в прошлый четверг, когда мистер Стромбери был найден мертвым в школьной библиотеке. По всей видимости, его столкнули с балкона 3-го этажа. Получив анонимное сообщение, шериф Уинстон LeClue первым прибыл на место происшествия, где обнаружил женщину с ног до головы, покрытой кровью деканов. Факты указывают на ее связь с убийством. Мотив убийства пока не установлен. Женщину опознали как Джулия LeClue, профессора криминологии и невестку шерифа Уинстона LeClue. В настоящее время она содержится под стражей, а полицейские продолжают расследование. Охренеть просто. Спасибо большое.
Mom wasn't covered in blood.
Мама не была в крови, согласна.
That's a lie. Pushed from the balcony? That's not what happened. And no mention of electrocution. I don't remember any of this. I bet that kid's in a lot of trouble.
Одна улика где-то должна быть. Где? Здесь.
Jenny thought of her poor mother, locked away in a jail cell for a crime she didn't commit.
Don't worry, Mom. I'll prove you didn't do it as soon as I get out of here. Either this is shoddy reporting, or someone is trying to cover up what really happened. My mom's still in jail, so the police must not think this was an accident.
And if it wasn't an accident, then...
The real killer is still out there.
Хорошо.
On the other side of the lake, beyond the Forgotten Forest, sat a more modest house. No fancy windows or crystal chandeliers, just a small wooden frame in need of painting.
Home. I've never seen so many clothes. Maybe mine are in here somewhere.
Слишком много раз, слишком ярко, слишком. Короче, ничего.
Well, my clothes definitely aren't here. They'd be easy to spot amongst all the sequins and ribbons.
Ничего нет. Пластинку. Кстати, во! Третья, четвертая и четвертая, по идее. Ага, хорошо. Сейчас сделаем. Подожди. Стикер! Ура. Так, значит, делаем. Третья, четвертая, опачки.
This family's disposable income is outrageous. I always knew they were hiding something. I bet there are all kinds of horrific secrets lurking up there.
Пойдем смотреть. Стикер. Приятности.
Oh, it's just a dusty old attic.
В старом пыльном чердаке тоже может быть что-нибудь.
Dozens of old boxes covered in dust and cobwebs, filled with toys, school projects, and old trophies.
Attics, where dreams go to die.
Так, забраться, подожди. О, господи, что так орать-то?
Oh, hello, spooky bear.
Я согласна, но не надо было так орать все равно.
Feels like he's watching me.
Что же ему еще делать-то? Он стоит-то вот... Его тут бросили одного.
Everything in here is covered in dust. Except this bear. And there's light coming from behind him.
Ага.
What are you hiding, spooky bear?
Так, подожди, медведя надо отодвинуть. Так, подожди. Тогда назад. Раз медведя надо отодвинуть, значит, вот здесь вот надо забраться. Так, открыть окно. Мы здесь можем вылезти. Наверное, мы можем. Блин, я не знаю, открыть окно или Мишку отодвинуть. Наверное, давайте Мишку пойдем отодвинем все-таки. Лазь!
Smothered by a giant teddy bear. What an end that would have been. Just as I suspected, a hidden staircase.
Так, все-таки. Хорошо. Растайная лестница. Пойдем посмотрим, что там с окном.
Aha! A way out of here.
Нифига.
Locked. But where is the lock?
Окей. Тогда идем туда. Она не бегает здесь. Она не бегает по помещению. В смысле, нет, подожди, мы бегали по помещению. Значит, она бегает по помещению. Значит, просто что-то другое проблема. Просто она не бегает конкретно поэтому. Ух ты ж. Что?
Jenny was no stranger to the labs at Gumboldt, but she'd never seen anything quite like this. Certainly not inside someone's house.
Hey! What are you doing up here? Not again! Susie?
Так, наследница богатой семьи Глаз,
Loved by
вызывающая
all,
популярно
kind to a
пахнет
fault.
конфетами.
Jenny's cousin was also the most popular girl in town.
Они кузины? Подождите, они кузины? Как? Каким образом вообще?
Oh, hi, Jenny. You... You should be in bed resting. What are you doing up here?
I should ask you the same question. What is all this equipment? And why is there a secret elevator running from your room to the attic?
Oh, you must mean my collection of teddy bears.
Don't play dumb with me, Susan Glatz. These bears are hiding nothing. And that one's wearing a welding helmet.
Well, there's a simple explanation for that. There are just too many to fit in my bedroom.
Susie, clearly something's weighing heavily on your mind. Take a deep breath and answer the question honestly. I promise you'll feel better.
It's not what you think. This is where teddy bears. I have vintage bears, new bears, rare collectible bears.
Enough! Stop avoiding the question. You don't need to hide anything. You can be honest with me.
I can't. You wouldn't understand.
Try me.
Susie's secret was the kind you took to the grave. A shameful, dark secret.
Да ладно, в смысле, этот детективом ходит. Чего такого может быть страшного?
A secret so shocking she feared she would lose everything. Her friends would abandon her. Her family would disown her. She'd never find true love.
Oh God! I'm going to die alone!
Ugh.
You can't tell anyone. You have to promise me.
Давай, ладно, хорошо.
Fine, just stop whimpering like a lost puppy. You're embarrassing yourself.
Here goes nothing. This is my secret laboratory.
Так, хорошо, мы это уже поняли. Зачем она?
Where I design and test my inventions.
Ага. Привет, самурай. Волка прошли, да.
Your laboratory, where you invent things.
Yes.
You, a cheerleading, horse-riding, dress-wearing debutante.
Yes.
I want to believe you, Susie, but you know how crazy that sounds.
Потом смотри, как 5-й эпизод проходили. Хорошо.
That's why you can't tell
Обязательно
anyone.
потом посмотри.
If people found out, I'd lose everything.
Could it be true? Was Susie Glatz, in fact, a secret nerd genius?
Ботаник? А, ну да.
Was she really leading a double life?
There's only one way to find out. Susan Quincy Glatz, I'm gonna have to ask you a few questions.
Окей. Мы будем типа раскрывать Сьюзи. Но мы будем это делать не сейчас. Мы будем это делать потом. Вы... Вот так вот вы вот так вот выглядит выход. Серьезно. Вот это да. Вот это видок у выхода. Да, я уверен. Да, я уверена, выходим. Потом сохранение, все вот это вот. Да, я уверена. Короче, это неплохо. Игра вполне себе такая. Интересная, любопытная. Вот. Забавная по поводу вот этих вот расстановок всяких. Короче, любопытно. Мы пройдем. Мы точно будем проходить. Вот, так что да, потратим это время. Она милая, она симпатичная и, ну, короче, интересно. В общем, это будет хорошо, я думаю. Прекрасно. Вот. Просто она в голосовании была, кстати, там очень много игр по 2 голоса, которые были. Вот, но просто предыдущие игры, которые в списке есть, у меня их нету. Вот, их надо покупать. Я не стала пока этого делать, пока решила пройти то, что у меня есть из списка. Ну вот, по крайней мере, по 2 голоса, чтобы было. Не забывайте, пожалуйста, заглядывать в голосование и ставить там свои идеи, ну, и ставить там свои голоса, потому что потихонечку список игр уменьшается. Вот, поэтому нужно обязательно выбирать. Вот что-нибудь, что будем проходить. Чтобы просто последовательность хотя бы была. Вот, и убирать то, что мы не будем проходить в итоге. Вот. Что у нас тут есть? Кто у нас тут есть? Что у нас тут кто делает? У нас есть Ева, у нас есть Марин и у нас есть Лоли. Ну, в общем, Макс, я думаю, выберет кого-нибудь из них. Вот, и вы кого-нибудь посмотрите дальше. А я ушла. Доброй вам, дорогие мои, ночи. Спасибо вам всем большое, что вы пришли. Я очень-очень-очень рада и благодарна вам за это. Вот. И мы с вами увидимся завтра. Вот. Все. Всем пока. Доброй вам ночи. Пока-пока-пока.